And welcome back to the second match between um, Angel as Athens, you can see here. Penguin is the Macedonian army on the yellow part on the map. First match went to Penguin after a good first initial engagement with this skirmish cav. Angel has changed their army a bit, bringing now more hoplites. She has now 4 Thorax hoplites instead of the Thorax swordmen she had in the first match. She still has a couple of Thorax swordmen. There seems to be no pikes this time for Angel. Maybe she thought they were too slow and not a match for Pengu's Macedonian foot companions. Well, we can see Angel setting up her cav. Penguin is taking the high ground as well, and now he has shield bearers brought with him, which is even so as well very strong infantry. One of the better infantry the Macedonian army can bring. He brought a couple of light peltasts. More shield bearers are there, and his cav is on the left, free companion cav. And we have a couple of Thorax pikemen sitting in the his main body basically, supported by the shield bearers. Penguin is a general again, a Macedonian companion cavalry. And well, they're still setting up, waiting for both of them to be ready.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I could do it as well. I think Angel will win this if she uses.
Meanwhile, some nice close-up of the light peltasts.
She actually won with that one elite unit, but she lost with everything normal, and now she has more elite units. So I think if she fights with her elite units, like she did last battle, she might be able to win it.
And Penguin decides to move his cavalry from the right flank back to the center, trying to obscure them from the line of sight at the moment. Angel's units all inside at this point. Penguin can see every single one of them. At this point, the match has been started. Well, so can see Penguin's general here giving of his speech for morale to the units. Again, sorry for the guys who were in my channel trying to record this with me. I messed up the settings. For the next round of matches, in the group stage round 2, I'll have all the settings correctly, so it should not be much of an issue there. Both the players seeking the high ground here now. Angels has a bit more skirmishers, I think, on Athens. He has 4 units, while Pengu has 3. Oh, she actually has 3 units. Penguin has light peltasts. Not too sure about those stats, but light peltasts, I don't know. Not sure if they do their job as good as the normal peltasts will do he brought in the previous game. The shield bearers though all well, some units to take note of.
He has those shield bearers on the flank.
Angel's messing her cav on the right side. There are a couple of shield bearers there, hoping to catch some of those cav out if the moment they come for the first engagement. It gets a bit tricksy here. It's really hard for both players to start the engagement. Both have good skirmish component, and nobody wants to take unnecessary losses. Difference though is Angel has actually 4 skirmishers. She again has 2 peltasts and 2 slingers, giving her the range advantage. Penguin has missed this and is moving his archers up. He brought he brought some light archers this time. But the archers are being outranged by the Rhodian slingers. Not sure why I said peltast earlier. Screeching archers, I think they're called. No, it's just normal archers. Yeah, they're gonna take a handful of paddles to the face before they can even start firing. Penguin might have not seen those slinger units or wasn't too sure about the range. He's now moved them back.
Yeah, I keep forgetting slingers have more fucking range than
I think
archers.
this is just going to be another.
Really hard for him to engage at this point. Angel is now moving a couple of her hoplites, all of her hoplites basically forward, closing the ranks on her on the skirmishers. Both players basically waiting out their opponent, seeing what is about to happen. Both of them gonna be having a hard time looking for the first engagement. A lot of the units are out of sight. They can't see most of the army, as you can see by the eyes on top of the unit banners. It means they're out of the line of sight and not visible to the enemy. We can see them because we're spectating. And yeah, just basically turns a bit into a waiting game till somebody starts to, well, try something out basically. Here we see a bit of Angel's Cav, the Hippias Lancers, a unique unit for the Athens faction. Those lances are quite big. Angel moving forward with the slingers.
Angel's Hill is probably easier to attack, but Angel has more units, so I wouldn't
She does have the range advantage. But yeah, she's going to be moving out of her cover in the woods she had there. Penguin sees the slingers coming, instantly moves his cav forward. Maybe try to pull off the same trick as he did last time. Not sure if Angel will fall for it this time. It's again the Telesian cav, together with the companion cav. Penguin very smart moves his archers behind the cavalry to instantly gain ground. Angel now sees the threat. I'm not sure if the skirmish mode or if she's actually moving the back, but they seem to get caught by the cav. Even in the shrubbery we're in fighting at the moment. Angel activates her hoplites soon, I hope. She seems to be busy trying to get her units out instead of trying to get a hoplite maybe in to attack. Oh wait, she's moving actually her cav in. There we go. We now have some cav charging in. And now Penguin's archers are all in the open. Penguin responds by moving up his pike line forward. And those citizen cav get a blast of arrows, but yeah, apparently not very impressed by it. Penguin now turns around to fight, looking to flee, and then certainly charges, and now charges into the side of the same unit, pushing on with his cav. This Penguin's general is there, fighting citizen cav, but he's gonna have support from the pikemen. We're now really close, running up. We'll be deploying phalanx right now, and that cav is in serious trouble now.
Angel's just like, oh, I hope you do something like that. Like,
Angel's moving her own hoplites. Apparently the distance for her was a bit bigger than for Penguin. He managed to get there really fast. These Hippias Lancers are doing a good job against this Telesian cav. They're absolutely wrecking them. Penguin is now moving two of his cav. You can see him in the background around. Penguin's general is still in there, while the hoplites are closing in. If Angel managed to catch the general of Macedonia, that's going to be quite a boost to their morale and a penalty to those of the Macedonians. The rest of the units now swarming into the valley, which has become one big pool of death, with pikes basically being everywhere on Penguin's side, and the Torque hoplites for Angel. Hoplites of Angel are not yet in the fight, and now they go. Penguin's Pelta is sitting on the side, peppering them with arrows. Might take some friendly casualties, but I guess Penguin doesn't mind much about that. Now the Hippias Lancers are getting charged by the shield bearers on the left. Another shield bearer unit moving in.
They both have pretty much.
Angel's general is now moving closer to provide some morale boost. It looks like the majority of Athens' army is in reserve at the moment. A couple of Torque swordsmen sitting back. Well, it looks like Penguin has committed almost all his units to the fight already. Cutting with the skirmishers, breaking the Hippias Lance, of course, who are fighting the shield bearers. And yeah, Penguin will now turn, I guess, that unit if he notices.
Quite handy here, actually.
Penguin did notify me somewhere across this game that he lost control of his army. some awkward bug, he could only control a fleeing unit of Peltest. Doesn't seem to be the issue now. We don't have a fleeing unit yet, which makes him lose control for a minute or maybe 2 minutes. And yeah, there's slingers. Oh, it's Peltest actually are in trouble. Angel intercepts Penguin's cavalry with the Hippias Lancers, her own general, and Penguin instantly moves one of his pikes for the support of the fight. And the other companion cav just gets into those skirmishers.
Yep.
Penguin tries to body block again with his skirmishers to get those lancers away from him. It's not actually not working this time. The lancers just plow through the skirmishers. And the center is looking good for the Macedonian side. The hoplites are, well, wavering. One unit was wavering. Apparently they changed their mind, thinking they want to stay. On the left side it's getting tricky as well. It's a very, very even fight at the moment. It could go either way. Rainleaf's still chasing the general, which basically has no support, but a couple of how we're gonna call it, slingers and sorry, pelters actually on the Macedonian side. Penguin moves one of his pikemen out of the fight and able to support the general. He uses the general now to pin down the lancer unit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
While the pikes are actually trying to get there as well, hoping to finish off the general.
Oh, that's so good.
Not sure if she's gonna, if Penguin will be able to catch the general of Rainleaf. Yeah, Angel's getting her general out of there. Would not have been good if they would have sticked around. And now the Thoric swordsmen start engaging against the spear units, and the left flank is breaking for Macedonia. Mercenary hoplites are doing a good job there. It's slowly eating away. Looks like this fight is slowly going in the favor of Athens.
I don't know. I think they... Oh no, Penguin. Yeah, Penguin is bringing up reinforcement left though.
It depends what she does though.
Shieldbearer is still hanging in there with only 37 men left. Now getting reinforcements. I'm not sure if the reinforcement will be in time. And the general of Athens still allowed to roam around freely, looking for a back charge against the Macedonian general. And smack, there it is. Oh, and that is a wavering hit to the Macedonian general. Only being down to 9 men now. And here comes the message of Penguin saying that he can't play. It's only, yeah, controls his fleeing Peltest at this point. Not sure if it would actually make much of a difference. It seems that this fight is going in the favor of Athens so far. But Penguin's micromanagement has done him a good job in the last battle. Able to turn around a couple of nice situations. And if you can't control your unit, you basically lose your micromanagement. So yeah, it's a bit sad. Unsure what this bug is, never heard it before.
He did what he wants to pause. I don't think Angel is letting him pause.
Yeah, one by one all the Macedonian units are slowly breaking. As you can see here, now the right flank has come free. Center, Macedonia still has a couple of units left, trying to fight, but Angel smartly tries to break off the single one unit first, freeing up another unit and taking out another foot companion. Although the Thoric hoplites are, well, getting smashed in the center by those foot companions. There we go. Looks like Athens has the majority of numbers on the field, and she has some slingers left. The slingers are still firing. For a moment we thought they were out of arrows because they were in firing, but Angel apparently micromanaged them quite good into not hitting too much of their own units. And now, yeah, they're just pouring in on those units. And one of them even starts to waver because of it. Managed to recover, but now the Toric Hoplite, oh that's a depleted unit, now finally come in, 82 and 63 on those. And that's another 67 units of Hoplites on the left side. But the Angel's General is now coming in for a back charge. Oh, Penguin turns his pikes around, oh boy. That's not going to spell much good for the General. The Lancers, basically after the first shock, should try to get out, but well, pinned by pikes, by a nice move with Penguin baiting in the cav charge.
Oh, that was well.
Battlefield can get so messy sometimes, it's really hard to see what's going on. And the General is wavering. Oh, and actually shattered. This might be a turning point for the battle. Macedon already lost his General. It depends a bit if the foot companions can stand against the hoplites. And if they'll be able to free themselves up. And again, those guys are not firing.
Yeah.
They still have ammo left. They're just, well, Angel just uses them really nicely, making sure she doesn't hit her own units. And there we go. Now those units on the left start breaking, and that unit start breaking as well here in the center. And now more slingers throwing in, trying to decide the fight.
Did you see my bike, man? I tried to get him to turn around.
Yeah, that unit is not going to stick around, unfortunately, on the left side, freeing up another unit for Athens to seal the deal in the middle. I think we could call this a GG to Athens now, unless miracles.
And now you.
Well-fought battle on both sides. Penguin with a nice first catch on those skirmishers again. And then, yeah, good re-engagement by Athens, keeping some units in reserve and not committing everything at the first fight. Gave her a bit more mobility and able to pounce back. And now the hoplites come to reinforce the fight from the back, and yeah, one of the units already start wavering. This won't take long now. And there we go. Other units start wavering now, one is shattered, and the 20-foot companions are slowly dying now. Fortunately won't stand. Look at the massacre around us. A GG to Angel. Well played on both sides.